As long as you are chasing your ex, then they can't chase you. And if you want your ex back, then you need to reverse these roles and make them chase you. It's not going to be easy, but it really is that simple. In fact, I see it all the time in my work as a breakup coach. I actually just 6 or so weeks ago, I connected with a new client, and she was truly devastated by her breakup. Her ex wouldn't take any of her calls, wasn't even answering her texts. And eventually he actually blocked her, and that was when she reached out to me. But together we made a plan, and she was very diligent about sticking with it. And fast forward to today, and her ex is the one who's blowing up her phone, trying to get a hold of her. And now she's trying to decide if she should even answer, if she actually wants to give him another chance. But getting to this point wasn't easy. She had to work to get a better understanding of relationships and what drives people to actually act the way that they do. And that's exactly what I'm going to share with you here today. So to start, let me take you through the typical pattern that people follow when they try to win back their exes, and I'll tell you why it never works. So it goes something like this. Let's say Bob's partner, Mary, comes to him and she says, "I'm leaving you." And then Bob asks, "Why?" And Mary says something like, "It's because you drink too much and my family doesn't like you and because you're always too busy and you have bad breath," and on and on. And so what happens is Bob takes all of this stuff to heart, right? He focuses on these things as the main drivers of the breakup, and he makes it his main focus to fix these things, assuming that Mary will have to come back to him if he does this. So, he quits drinking and he takes her parents out for a steak dinner and quits his job and goes to the dentist. But I hate to say it, 99 times out of 100, he's going to end up losing Mary. Because the truth is that none of Mary's reasons for the breakup were the real issue. Your ex has all these excuses, and they may actually believe this stuff, and it may even be true, but it's not what's really going on here. Because if the attraction and the desire for you is high enough, and if they have respect for you, then none of this stuff matters. Because these are the real factors in whether or not a relationship works. All this other stuff, all the excuses, while it is important, it's just going to work itself out when you have attraction. That's what keeps you together and connected for the long haul. When it's not there, when they lose respect and attraction for you, then all this stuff starts to dominate the relationship. But when you understand how love and romantic relationships truly work, you know that these are just excuses that they're using to just get out of the relationship. And if you can recreate the attraction between you and your ex, you can get them back and prevent these kinds of issues from breaking you up in the future. And I'm not just talking about physical attraction here. It's not about how you look. It's something deeper than that. So first off, I'm going to tell you how to create this attraction. And then I'll give you some strategies for what to do when they start to chase after you. Because many people think that that's the end of it. Once you have their attention again, it's all going to fall into place. But that's actually when a lot of people lose focus and screw things up. All right, so we've talked about the fact that if your ex has attraction and respect for you, then your relationship is basically going to be safe. So if we accept that, then you have to accept that they ended the relationship because they lost attraction and respect for you. Now, it's a hard thing for a lot of people to hear. It's painful and it's difficult to accept that this person that you love so much has just lost their feelings for you. But you need to know two things. First, it happens every day. People are always breaking up for this reason. It's happening to couples even now. You can't see it. They can't even see it, but it is happening. It's the reason that divorce is such a big problem around the world today. It's very hard to keep a relationship on track. And secondly, it is reversible. Chances are your ex's attraction for you isn't actually really gone. It can be, but in most cases, it's just been buried under the weight of boredom, of the day-to-day monotony of the relationship. And you can activate it again, and I'm going to tell you how. But first, you need to get the lay of the land, which is exactly why I put together my free quiz tool. You can take it right now at breakupbrad.com/quiz. Because the more you know about your ex's feelings right now, the better off you're going to be. Again, just go to breakupbrad.com/quiz to find out how they really feel about you. So moving on, to get your ex back, you need to first understand the power dynamic between the two of you. So when you work together in a committed relationship, you were probably close to being equal. Now, you might not have been, totally equal, which is another big problem that I can get to in another video. But you were much closer than you are right now. You cared about each other. You were connected. You were on the same team. Now, as soon as your ex came to you and decided that the relationship needed to end, that's when things took a dramatic shift. You lost basically all the power in the situation. And this is important because no one wants to be in a relationship with somebody who has willingly given up control. It's nice to feel powerful and to feel confident, but in this situation, it comes at the expense of the other person. And of course, when your ex said they wanted to end the relationship, you had no choice but to agree. You may have struggled, but that was really your only option, because you can't force someone to be in a relationship with you. And every failed attempt you might make to try to convince them really only highlights this dynamic further. It shows you both that they're the one making the decision and you're the one scrambling to try to gain back control. And that is exactly why Bob's approach that we talked about earlier doesn't work, because he's essentially giving in to Mary, letting her have all the power and dictate all of his actions. Now, she didn't ask him to do everything he did to try to win her back, but it's pretty clear that he's doing what he thinks that Mary wants. And again, he's just giving more and more power away. So you need that power back, but you can't get it back by refusing to break up or by insisting that they take you back. You can't take it back by, winning them over with kindness or by doing everything that you think they want. So then what is the option? Well, really, your only real option here is to walk away. You need to disengage from this dynamic and take some space. Start walking your own path. And don't worry, this isn't forever. The two of you will reconnect after some time apart. Really, this time apart is actually what's going to bring you back together, because what you're essentially doing here is reversing the roles. I'm sure the two of you are still in contact, here and there. You're probably the one reaching out and they're responding maybe less and less. They clearly don't want to talk to you as much as you want to talk to them. But on some level, they really do love the fact that they still have access to you if they want. So when you go radio silent, they lose this sense of safety and security that they didn't know they needed. You've become the one who's pulling away and moving on. And so they have no choice but to become the one who's wondering where you are, missing you, and eventually chasing after you. This is really going to flip the power dynamic and help you win back a lot of that power that you lost. Silence really does have that effect on people. And you can see this everywhere when you know where to look. I see it whenever I'm dealing with a salesperson. Say you really need a car. So you go to the dealership and you talk to the salesman, you're engaged, you're asking all these questions, and you're trying to make a deal. Now, in this situation, they know they have you because you're invested, right? You need this car. But if you just go to browse with no particular interest, then they're the ones that are going to try to convince you. They do all the work to try to show you that they have the best car for you. You have all the power because you have what they want and they have little to offer. And the difference is when they're the ones trying to convince you, they do all the talking. You barely say anything because you're just not interested. And really, this is the power of silence. So when you go silent, your ex is going to try to fill that space. This might be by, reaching out to you and trying to get you to talk to them. It might just be by, just silently thinking and worrying about losing you. But either way, you become the one in control. And then from there, you really need to find your power outside the relationship. Because remember, your ex lost attraction and respect for you before the breakup ever happened. So changing the dynamic isn't going to be enough, because that's all post-breakup stuff. You need to go even further. You really need to rebuild that attraction that you had when you first met. And in order to do that, you need to become more attractive. And no, I'm not talking about getting a makeover, although that might help if you have let your appearance slip. But what I'm really talking about is rebuilding your confidence through self-improvement, through leveling up. See, the reason that your ex lost attraction was because you lost your passion for life. You got caught up in all the bullshit and it dragged you down. But this is your chance to get away from it all. Simplify your life, reconnect with the people you lost touch with, and start actually working towards your goals. You have so much more time now, after this breakup, so use it productively rather than letting yourself fall into depression. Now, I admit this is a very subtle process, but you're going to be shocked at how much it can really change for you and your ex. Remember, their attraction for you wasn't gone for good. It was just buried, and it won't take as much as you think to actually unearth it. But it's never, ever going to come from begging or pleading with your ex. It won't come from chasing after them or trying to convince them that they made a mistake. It's only going to come when you start to cut them off and you actually start to live for yourself again. Be that person that they fell in love with. Be better than that person, and they'll fall for you all over again. And this is when the dynamic flips and starts pulling the two of you back together. Now your ex starts chasing after you, wanting to see you, and actually trying to get your attention. It's probably going to be subtle at first, but over time it will build, and you'll start recreating those bonds that you lost. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, this is when you need to be careful, because I've seen a lot of people who seem to have it completely in the bag. People who had won back their exes and were about to live happily ever after, and they screwed it up at this exact moment. The worst thing that you can do when your ex starts chasing after you is admit that this was all part of the plan. So never tell them about no contact, about my videos, or about how you planned this all along to get them back. I think sometimes people get too comfortable and they're just so relieved to have their ex back that they start sharing everything with them. Sure, your ex might find it funny, but more likely they're going to feel a little bit manipulated, betrayed, and lied to. And you're going to look like a deceiver who was gaslighting them back into the relationship. How are they going to be able to trust you after that? So instead, you want to maintain your composure and just keep this to yourself. Now, another mishap here would be to completely let your guard down and tell them you love them and you need them and things like that. Sure, we all want that romantic reunion, but doing that kind of thing is a mistake, because this kind of stuff needs to wait until you two have really, truly reconnected. And then, it can be a celebration of your love, an acknowledgement of what you both know is true. What I'm really saying is, unless you're sure that they're gonna say it back, very, very sure, then don't risk scaring them away. The thing is that while you are in a great position, you do need to remember one thing. You don't know exactly how your ex is feeling right now. They may still be unsure of what they want. They may still be trying to feel things out and see what's going to happen between the two of you. So it needs to be your goal to make them comfortable and to rebuild the attraction. And if you can do that correctly, they'll slowly warm up to you, really without you having any kind of intense conversation. And another thing you need to be careful of is the tone you take with your ex when they start chasing you. You really don't want to reveal any sort of, smugness. I've seen people take the, look who's coming crawling back type of attitude or approach, and their exes never stick around for long, nor should they really. Remember, you want to be in a partnership here. So there's nothing to be gained by shaming your ex. And the same goes for revealing your resentment for them. I'm sure that you probably don't feel great about the breakup and how things have gone since. They probably didn't treat you all that well. And that sucks, of course. But now is really not the time to heal those old wounds. Those kinds of conversations are going to be more constructive when the two of you have actually reconnected and are actually back together. Now, if you guys can actually follow this advice, you will start to slowly reconnect with your ex in a way that's actually sustainable and long-lasting, because you'll have rebuilt their attraction and you'll have won back your power. But remember, you don't want power over your partner. This isn't a dictatorship. It's a relationship. So what you're really looking for here is just some equality in the power dynamic so that everyone can feel comfortable, sought after, and taken care of. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope that you now know the right approach and the wrong approach to getting your ex back, as well as what to do when they do start to chase after you. If you're looking for more help, please check out my related videos in the description below, and also go to breakupbrad.com to watch my full free video presentation full of all of my best tips and tricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment as well. And thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. See you guys next time.